Do you think that with the Innominat's power waning, people will be free again?
Well, the pirates are acting like pirates again. May take longer for others, but I think it's happening.
What do you think of traveling around to see for ourselves? I'd like to know what's going on out there.
I'd like to meet the elemental Empyreans, if I could.
That's not a great idea. They're all in various Earth Pulse points, but where those are is a mystery. They could be very far off.
And they might not view us as allies.
Yep, gods live by their own rules. Our business with Innominat probably doesn't concern them.
You're right.
It might be wise to scope out the situation before our battle. As we go around, we might find out more about what Artorias is up to.
Scout ship.
Hey, Rokuro! I heard about a Class 4 island that sounds damn near perfect for you.
An island that's perfect for me. Do the rivers flow with good drink?
Now that you mention it. But no! Different island. I'm talking about you as a swordsman. The demons there all run around the island in suits of armor and helmets and stuff, I hear.
Armored demons are not unusual.
Yeah, but what I heard tell was that all the exorcists who got sent there came back with their swords broken. I don't know if they've got swords too, or if their armor is just that strong, but I reckon your sword will be able to stand up to them.
Well then, I've heard worse ideas.
If you believe the tales, that island used to be a place where swordsmen and knights competed to see who was stronger.
Oh yeah, I know the island you're talking about. Craftsmen from all over gave their finest weapons and armor to the greatest of warriors and made them fight. It was as much a showcase for those wares as it was a contest of strength.
So the demons on that island might come at us wielding fine arms and armor.
I'm certainly up for checking it out. I'm curious to see how good the stuff really is.
After all I've told you, you still want to go? What is wrong with you?
So, what was it you needed to say to me alone?
Where's Laphicet?
He wanted to stand watch with me, but I forced him to get some rest. After all this fighting, he needs it.
I owe you. That kid always tries to play the tough guy.
Just like the one who named him.
He's nothing like me. His motivation comes from hope.
Hope.
The wind is nice.
Yes, the world may teem with hardship and sadness, but it's also filled with beauty. The endless ocean, the islands in the south, even the frozen tundra and the mountains that spew fire.
It is. And humans make their home among all that beauty. This is the world that Laphie always yearned to travel. I finally understand what he saw when he sat looking out over the ocean. Eleanor, I have a single favor to ask of you. If anything happens to me, take care of Laphicet.
What? Is something the matter?
The power possessed by the Therians and Innominat is fundamentally the same. I have a theory. No, theory is too rational. A different part of me, something separate from my hatred, wants me to do something. It wants me to leave this world with hope.
Wait, you don't mean...
Humor me, okay? If the worst happens, I'm counting on you.
I understand. You have my word. I'll look after Laphicet. While I'd love to take advantage of this momentary weakness, I can't. My oath is to obey your orders until my dying breath.
I'd almost forgotten about all that. Good thing I kicked your butt after all. Well, the suppression field is gone.
And in its place, rampaging demons.
We expected that. Thanks for everything.
I only did what I felt like doing. Who needs thanks for that?
Let's go. We have a fight to finish with the Shepherd.
Inominat's power may have weakened, but I think that'll only cause more of a stir in the cities.
Without the Abbey's exorcists, the people will have a hard time quelling demons.
Are you crying?
I'm simply coming to terms with reality. I've learned to think for myself rather than let others do the thinking for me. It's painful and frightening, and comes with great responsibility. But this is who I am now. It's on me to own up, face my fears, and keep moving forward.
You're a piece of work, but I don't mind having you around.
Yes, I'm not weak like I used to be.
No, you aren't.
You don't have to bear the weight of the world alone, though.
I understand that. I will do only what I can.
You always say that, but then you end up overdoing it, right? If you push yourself to the limit and it's still not enough, there's no shame in relying on others.
Rokuro, thank you so much.
You realize you just thanked a demon, right?
I'm aware of that.
We put all our faith in you because you said you could protect us. We endured all your harsh rules and laws.
So how can you tell us you can't defeat the demons because you can't control Malakim anymore?
We don't understand why we've lost the ability to control our Malakim. But even without my Malak arts, I will fight to my dying breath to protect all of you. So please, calm down.
Ha! I'm not listening to anything the Abbey says anymore.
What are you looking at? Yeah, you there. Mean-looking guy. Get over here.
I think I'll pass. Thanks.
Hey, Muscles! Get back here! I'm not through with you!
Please stop. I understand that you're worried and upset, but now isn't the time to be fighting amongst ourselves. Please, let us all stand together. Help us fight off the madness and the demons that threaten our world. And if that's not good enough for you, you can face me instead.
Guess I'm sorry.
That exorcist has some serious backbone.
Aye.
Hey, it's you! Magilou's Debauchery.
It's Menagerie.
I finally get a chance to see the famous Magilou's Menagerie. I've been waiting forever to meet up with you again.
Meet up with us? Why?
Well, with my bad luck, I've always just missed out on seeing your splendiferous performances. So, well, I made my own menagerie. The Abbey is a mess, and people everywhere are scared. Demons abound, and, well, everyone's so gloomy. So I thought that this is exactly the time when people need something fun and happy to lift their spirits. My troupe is still in training, but we're almost ready.
That's wonderful! What do you call yourselves?
I wanted something with power, impact. So behold, we are the Dark Wings!
Dark Wings. Huh.
Hey, what gives? That's a terrible reaction.
You're trying to cheer people up, right? So why dark? And dark wings only make me picture crows. Or bats, maybe.
Really? When I think of the Dark Wings, I think comedy. Maybe I should rethink this. Oh, I got it! We'll be the Dark Smiles!
Sounds like you've got a pretty dark sense of humor. You really want to go with such a dark-hearted name?
Okay, fine. The Dark Magic. No, the Dark Circus. No, that's no good. The Darkest Hour. The Dark...
Maybe you could try losing the dark part.
Good point. All right then. How about this one? The Peddlers of Joy.
We don't accept solicitations.
Fine, forget you. I've made my decision. We're Darkwing Menagerie of Comedy, and that's final.
You really went all out. Still, you've got zing, kid. Here's hoping you have many dark years to come. Magikazam!
Thanks. That makes us rivals now, but still, from one entertainer to another. Good luck.
About that Magikazam of yours? You only use that spell when you couldn't care less what happens, right?
What this world needs now is a good dose of apathy. Am I right?
But here's hoping you have many dark years to come. That's not very nice at all, is it?
Magikazam!
You're Laphicet, right?
Yes. Who are you?
I'm Videl's mom. He wanted me to give you this note.
It's the fourth ingredient. What happened to Videl?
He has a high fever and can't move right now.
It's the terminal stage of the 12-year sickness.
It can't be.
All the other kids in town avoid Videl because they're scared of the disease. But you chose to be his friend. I want to thank you for that. Videl always perks up when he talks about you.
Miss Videl's mom, I know this is sudden, but can I borrow his book? If we can figure out the last ingredient, we can make medicine that'll cure him. I don't care what it takes. I'll decipher it myself and...
That sounds like it could be really dangerous. I can't let Videl's friends put themselves at risk like that. Besides, I've already lent the book to someone else. I've been prepared for this day ever since I learned he had the 12-year sickness. I'm sorry, Videl. I'm sorry I couldn't give you a healthy life.
What's the plan, Laphicet? Do you still intend to look for that last ingredient?
Why bother? Time's short and we're out of leads.
I know it's sad, but there's nothing we can do. Videl was fated for this end from the start.
Is there really nothing we can do?
Don't feel guilty. None of this is your fault. You've been a good friend to him. Besides, The Omega Elixir is a fool's errand anyway.
How could you say that?
Jeez, Velvet! Even I'd have tried to soften that one.
What's there to be gained from being less direct? Sure, it might hurt now, but in time, it will be just another memory. A sad memory you'll keep tucked away for when you need it.
How can you talk like that? Videl's still alive! And what about all of his research? The Omega Elixir is real! I'm sure of it! I'm not ready to give up!
Then stop talking about it and keep on looking.
You mean it?
Once you've lost him, it'll be too late. No matter how sorry you feel, no matter how deeply you regret, regrets don't change into memories. They hang over you like a living nightmare. But you haven't lost your friend yet, or your hope.
Yeah.
Then hold on to it as tightly as you can.
Okay. I'm going to find that fourth ingredient. Let's take another look at the clues in Videl's notes.
Is it true that more demons are appearing in other towns? And that some exorcists have suddenly lost their powers?
Yes, I'm afraid it is.
Is everything going to be all right?
Leave her alone, son. You're bothering the exorcist.
I just wanted to know how other places were doing.
In every city, the frequent demon attacks have endangered lives, caused chaos, and hindered travel and trade. Farms have been hit hard, and harvests are delayed. It's certain that there will be food shortages before long.
I thought as much. Well then, that settles it.
Settles what?
I'm going to plant an orchard and some vegetable fields. We've been lucky. We've been spared the worst of it. Also, the soil here is rich and suited for farming. I can't fight the demons, but I can help stabilize the food supply. I want to do what I can to help.
That's wonderful to hear. I'm rooting for you with all my heart.
You know, if you're starting a farm, you're going to need someone at your side.
Would you please stop bringing that up?
No. If you're serious about this, I want to do everything I can to find you a match. So on that note, how about it? He's a good boy. You don't have to marry him right away. You can take it slow.
Sorry, I'm kind of married to my work.
A shame. Well, what about you? The scary girl over there.
Who are you calling scary?
My apologies, miss.
Hey, aren't you forgetting someone?
No way! Love? Marriage? That's not important right now. Besides, I have a date with these saplings.
He chose a tree over me.
Mercio was attacked by the Lord of Calamity and the town was lost. They say a bizarrely dressed witch chased down the townspeople and devoured any she caught.
That must be the Lord of Calamity. She dressed as a cackling witch to toy and torment us humans. That monster!
They say she wore a black cloak, a big hat, and rode a broomstick. She jeered and jested at those she caught.
So, a demon impersonated a witch and hunted humans, huh?
What happened in Mercio really got twisted in the telling.
That's the grapevine for ya. But that aside, this is unforgivable. I'd never use a broom or wear a black cloak. It'd go against my superb fashion sense.
That place really was a prison island. Worse, I heard that's where the Lord of Calamity was born.
Where did you hear that?
From an exorcist who lost his malak and caught the demon blight. He screamed it as he was killing his exorcist buddies. It happened in the forest. I managed to hide. I've never been so terrified in my life.
An exorcist turned into a demon.
He must have lost himself when he lost his malak. Looks like we really did a number on the Abbey.
If that's true, then it means the Calamity was born right under the Abbey's nose, and they let her escape. How could they let that happen?
I don't know, but I guess it means the exorcists aren't perfect. I thought that if we followed the shepherd, the Abbey would save us. But maybe that was just wishful thinking.
The Abbey is telling everyone to stay away from the Palamedes ruins, because a vicious demon has settled in them. It's a real nasty piece of work. Likes to call its buddies over just to devour them. And it's only getting more aggressive over time. Not even the exorcists have been able to keep it under control. If you know what's good for you, you'll all stay away from there too.
A demon that devours other demons and gets more brutal. That sounds like venomization.
If it's bringing in other demons just to eat them, then yeah. I'd bet it's acting on instinct.
Trying to live and be strong, even if that means eating its fellow demons. Why, that's positively alluring.
And how is that exactly?
You know how when it's late at night and you just know you shouldn't have that snack, but there it is and it's so tempting?
If it's been at this for a while, I bet it'll make for a pretty tough opponent.
Yeah, and if Velvet devoured it, she might become a lot stronger.
It sounds dangerous to me.
To feed or not to feed? That is the question. We were hoping to put on a comedy routine. Any way you can fit us in?
I can, but folks in Yusult are picky when it comes to comedy. You'd better know what you're doing.
I love a good challenge.
Wow, Rokuro. You actually feel like helping out?
Believe it or not, I've always been interested in theater. I thought it would be good for building courage.
I think you have enough courage already, but For now, I think we should set your sights low. I'll do most of the talking. You just respond to me and follow along.
Okay, but if you start giving me some jabs, am I permitted to counterattack?
As long as it's not with your sword. That's not exactly reassuring.
Let's get going, Magilu. We've got a show to do.
Oh boy, I'm not sure about this one. Hi there! We're Magilu and Rokuro, a wild, rough-and-tumble pair! Ha ha! Magikazam! The weather's so nice in Salt, isn't it? Especially the sea breeze. Speaking of which...
Sea breezes are bad for swords. If you don't keep them polished, the salt will rust them.
I suppose that's good advice for any sword enthusiasts out there. But anyway, doesn't the air make you want to eat seafood? Ah, sashimi, fresh-boiled fish on the shore, seafood bowls. So many kinds look so delicious, but...
And fillets, too. You can't forget those. Takes true mastery to be able to use a blade so finely. Every creature, not just fish, has delicious spots that make for perfect cuts if you know where to find them.
That's kinda gross, but okay. Some seafood that tastes good looks downright weird, you know? You've got octopuses, you've got swordfish, you've got...
Swordfish! Now, if there's one fish out there I'd love to duel at least once, it's that one for sure.
You know there's not much I can do with these sudden wild tangents, right?
No. You see, I was just making a gag about how I'm a swordsman, so a swordfish would be like my rival, you get it?
Oh, just shut up.
Oh, okay.
So you've got octopuses, swordfish, you've got those freaky deep-sea anglerfish. Some say the more bizarre-looking the fish, the better its taste. Maybe it's true. I love pufferfish, and they're really weird, round-shaped.
Speaking of round animals, I once met this round-looking guy named Armadillon. I'd never seen anyone so round before or even since.
Ah, I can't take it anymore! You're a nightmare to work with!
That turned out pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I feel like our material could have been better. What's your take on it?
I'll just say one thing. If nothing else, your partner was a convincing fool. I don't think he had to act much.
You think so?
No, you're just a free spirit nobody can hope to control.
I hear there's one really passionate Lady Teresa fan in Helives. But I'm not going to lose to a poser like him. Lady Teresa's true allure isn't in those frozen eyes. You can't say you understand her if that's all you see. But I do. Only I understand her true appeal. Do you want to know what it is?
Well, I don't think I really care.
Do ya? Huh? Of course you do.
Okay, sure.
Well, if you insist, I'll tell you. Teresa's true allure is in that tinge of sadness hidden within her lovely face. Even when she's smiling, there's a touch of melancholy that never leaves her. It's like her heart is somewhere else, somewhere distant.
So where is it?
With her love, her true love, the true love she's yet to meet. How tragic! She suffers, lamenting the love she cannot find, yet doesn't realize that the very man she seeks is so near. That's why I watched over her so dearly. And then it happened. It was a day I'll never forget.
What happened?
She was off duty, frolicking in the waves by Maclear Beach. That alabaster skin, how pure she looked in her swimsuit.
This guy is really, really creepy.
Yeah, seriously creepy.
Hey, what's with that cold look?
I feel bad for Teresa. She had to protect creeps like this guy, too.
What cold, cold eyes you have.
Velvet, Eleanor, quickly, avert your gaze! If you keep looking at him with disgust and disdain, you'll only stimulate this perverted freak!
Come on, everyone. Let's go.
No, come back! Please! Scorn me! Despise me!
Our scout ship has returned.
Scout.